Because, he's already...
Sora's the least interesting Kingdom Hearts protagonist. However, his personality is probably the most fun.
Well, yeah, he basically just wants to, yeah, let's go!
Well, see, in this game, it makes sense because, he is a kid.
Yeah.
In all the other games, as Haley Joel Osment has grown up, the character of Sora has not really grown up.
Oh.
He has gotten older, but the character has not matured.
Still childlike.
Yes.
That's cool.
He's goofy.
That's good.
It's refreshing, honestly.
Compared to, Riku?
Riku...
Is Riku a protagonist in later games? Because he's annoying as shit in this one.
Riku is the best protagonist in Kingdom Hearts.
Really?
Absolutely.
I fucking hate him.
Well, yes, because you've only played this game and you haven't even seen his entire arc in this game. Yeah, honestly, it seems like Tetsuya Nomura wanted to tell Riku's story, but Sora was already the protagonist. So,
that's kind of weird.
Riku gets the most development out of everybody throughout the series.
If he's going to be the best character, he's got to.
Yeah.
Because, if they just kind of stay the course with how he was at the beginning, or the majority of this game.
And I really like Riku because he never feels emo. After this game, he realizes, oh yeah, I fucked up.
That's good.
I'm not going to... he's still, able to joke around and shit with Sora. He's never that generic anime protagonist.
Thank God. Because that's when he's most annoying in this one, is when he's angsty.
Yeah, the story for this game is extremely basic and tropey.
Yeah, the story is not the best part of the first one. I like the world and the levels.
The story was never my favorite part about the first game. The story starts getting interesting when it starts getting super convoluted. Okay. The gameplay is why I love the first game.
Thanks Square Enix for that.
Yeah. But I'm a sucker for convoluted plots. That's the entire reason I was drawn to Assassin's Creed in the first place.
Is it really that convoluted? It feels okay, maybe just looking at it from, today's point, it feels less convoluted and more contrived. But I have issues with shit, they keep building up shit that doesn't happen. Mm-hmm. But that's not always been an Assassin's Creed thing. That's kind of a very recent, and it looks like they're trying to...
I'd say they're convoluted and contrived.
Convoluted in the best ways and contrived in the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Convoluted always comes with a negative connotation in my head, but I'm thinking complicated is the positive one. Am I right? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Convoluted does have a negative connotation in some people's minds, but I am able to objectively say something is convoluted and I enjoy it.
Okay. I would use different terminology.
It's complicated.
There's nothing wrong with saying convoluted.
Convoluted to me means unnecessarily complicated. The story for Kingdom Hearts is unnecessarily complicated. However, I still enjoy it.
Okay, so you and I have different definitions, or not definitions, but different outlooks on what's necessary.
Yes.
If something's complicated and it makes people enjoy it more, I think that's necessary. It's not required, but necessary because it does help. No, I only find something unnecessary when it doesn't do anything.
What I mean by that is they'll leave key details and plot points unexplained, and then they'll go off and they'll make 2 or 3 spin-off games to go and explain one little detail about
That's
that
better
shit.
than what Assassin's Creed has been doing lately. That's what I do like that. No, I'm saying you're saying that about Kingdom Hearts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that would be nice. Assassin's
That
Creed
is
did
better.
with their
That
stuff.
is better than what Assassin's Creed's been doing. However,
Assassin's Creed just brings up plot lines that just never.
I have enjoyed all of the Kingdom Hearts games. However, I can absolutely see why people would be deterred from that. Because the plot really hasn't gone anywhere. The plot has stayed stuck at Kingdom Hearts 2, and then they've jumped around throughout the timeline and explained different shit.
Okay. Yeah, I can see what you mean. I think it's just that we have different... Because, like, a lot of people look at words as having black and white definitions. And a lot of times they do, but there's a lot of words that have connotations, but that's only through cultural osmosis.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that you said convoluted in a positive way, it took me out for a second because I just don't think... When I hear the word convoluted, I think something else. But that's just how the English works. I think I just heard Tarzan.
Yeah. Like, I thought, even before I started disliking the Assassin's Creed games, I did think the plot was convoluted.
Mm-hmm. I think, I would just use, if I were saying it, I would use the word complicated.
Yeah.
Because complicated also doesn't necessarily mean positive. Complicated feels like a neutral term.
It's just a word.
Convoluted sounds like it's like complicated and it's hurting it in my head.
Right.
Although I'm pretty sure the like raw definition isn't that. Maybe it's just when I hear people complain about something being convoluted. Usually when someone says, "Oh, I really like the complicated plot," that's what I hear more often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think the English language is. That probably happens in a lot of languages. Although it does happen a lot in the English language because we have a million words for everything.
And we also have different interpretations of fucking words.
When we get famous and fans want to make us stuff, I want a plush of that thing.
What? I'll make you one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know how to make a plush?
Yeah, it can't be that hard.
I don't know.
I've made a plushie whale before.
Well, when it comes to certain things, it's like there's a lot of things that like I can look at and be like, almost anything music related. Like if someone's like, "Can you do this genre?" I may have zero. Like I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but a lot of times I can be like, "Yeah, I'm confident that I can figure it out." There's a lot of times where I can figure something out, and I know I can. When it comes to arts and crafts, I mean, like, if someone's like, "Can you make me a plush?" I'd be like, I have no actual idea. I can look it up and try it, but... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are more hands-on than I am. You're handier. That's what I should say. You fix things. You're really good at fixing shit.
It just depends on what I'm working with. I can't work with wood.
Oh, Colin's having issues with that right now. He wants to learn though. He seems dedicated enough to like do that though. He wants to make masks, so
yeah.
Wooden masks are a big market.
Like I'm not good at like building construction and shit.
You're better at repairing,
right?
Like mechanical things.
Yeah, I can do mechanical stuff. No problem.
I'm gonna be honest, the more I think about it, the more I realize if I had to choose between making a plush of something or drawing, and just like, not even like enjoyment wise, I mean like to come up with a finished product, I think a plush would be easier for me to do.
Yeah.
Because that makes more sense to me.
Oh no.
There's less spatial shit to worry about. Or at least you can physically move shit around and see how it works.
Yeah.
I feel like these plushes would be complicated, though. I didn't realize how complicated the character model was, and then I'm looking at it now, and I'm like, that's pretty I know, it's not complicated when compared to, like, modern video games, but in this game, it's a pretty complicated model for, an enemy that you see for 5 seconds. I just love their design. The yellow on the top with the eyes. They're so fucking adorable. They look evil, though.
Kingdom Hearts monsters, enemies, that's the word I'm looking for. Kingdom Hearts enemies look like Final Fantasy enemies if they were like cuter, yeah.
Um,
A lot of them even have the same names as Final Fantasy enemies.
oh really?
Yeah,
That's really cool.
They're supposed to be like different interpretations of them.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like an alternate universe where Disney and Final Fantasy are connected, right?
Yeah,
Like, that's the big thing.
yeah.
It never tries to stay within the continuity of Final Fantasy or Disney. It just borrows from each.
Yeah, like,
I like
certain Final Fantasy characters are younger and they live on Sora's island and just always have. And other Final Fantasy characters live, with different Final Fantasy characters from completely different games. And they're all supposed to be from, like, the same world. Yeah, it just throws all of that out the window.
I like that. That it's like they're just straight up like, it's a different universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If they were trying to, like, make it ambiguous or... ambiguity is fine sometimes, but, like, there's so many people who are just obsessed with it to the point where they won't clarify certain things about universes.
A lot of people didn't like it. I know a lot of people that were into Final Fantasy, but were older, so they weren't necessarily into Disney that much. They looked at this game and saw that it had Final Fantasy characters in it and just kind of balked at it. And I remember a lot of people were asking, and like, they were kind of upset that they couldn't figure out, like, when in the Final Fantasy quote-unquote timeline this is supposed to take place. And it's like, even as I was a 6-year-old kid playing this game, I knew that this wasn't supposed to be,
the
same thing.
Yeah. I think it's funny when people ask, like, is this canon? And because I realize that canon is not like a yes or no. It's which canon is it?
Yeah, I didn't think
Everything
about that
forms its
shit
own
when I
canon.
was a kid. Like, playing Legend of Zelda, I never thought about the fact that the games could possibly be connected. They were just Zelda games.
I like it. I like it when you commit or you don't. I'm kind of like not super happy with the way Zelda.
I don't either.
Timeline is. Because they try to explain it, and it's like you could have just kept it separate.
Yeah, because they didn't even announce, like, that there was an official timeline at all,
And then
until Skyward Sword came out.
And then they made one that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Convoluted in a bad way.
Yeah.
Contrived. Contrived is almost always negative, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Words are weird. No, but I totally agree that, like, it's retroactively making things canon does not work out most of the time. You have to be really smart about it, and they didn't handle it in a smart way.
Yeah.
I'm calling you out, all of Nintendo.
This is all your fault.
No, I just honestly think they should have just kept Legend of Zelda separate.
I do too.
They could have had their own, like... Well, it kind of feels like there's sequels to Wind Waker that are like DS games, right? That are like set in the same universe and have the...
There's one. Well,
Okay.
there are two. One of them is set 500 years later, though, and it does star a different Link.
Okay.
But it
Forget
is
that one.
a very clear sequel.
Alright. Well, what I'm saying is, like... You can make sequels to, like, a game.
Yeah, Majora's Mask was,
Ocarina of Time, yeah.
from very early on, it was established that was a sequel to Ocarina.
It would be
no one questioned that.
It'd be cool if Wind Waker, like, if they considered stuff like Wind Waker, and Wind Waker's got its own, separate continuity, and then...
Right, and then there's another continuity for the original games now.
What really bothers me is they say, like, well, they'll be like, yeah, Link reincarnates and so does Zelda, right? So that's like, okay, that's a kind of a hand wave, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. But then they're like, it's always the same Ganon. And it's like, he's radically different characterization. I have not played that many Zelda games, but I can clearly see when Ganon is, like, in Ocarina of Time, he's kind of this, like, asshole warlord, right? Like, that's kind of, he's like a powerful warlord, and that's kind of his... In Wind Waker, he's almost sympathetic. But it, like, goes against, like, half the shit he says, and he contradicts himself too much to the point where it's not like, oh, he's just a contradicting character. No, it gets to the point where it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, Zelda would benefit. Legend of Zelda would benefit if it was considered separate timelines, like just separate, completely like different stories and different universes that had that are related.
Yeah. Like Final Fantasy is. They're not supposed to be connected.
Yeah.
But they're, you know, they have a it's still connection. Very clear when you're playing a Final Fantasy game.
Different universes, but they're still connected.
Yeah.
It's almost like a spiritual success. It's like, hey, I like this Final Fantasy game. It's like, well, you'll like the next one. It takes place in a completely different universe, but you can tell it's a sequel because of theming and...
Yeah.
Well, gameplay usually, but, like, that's changing up with with more, you know, the fact that you couldn't do what you do in Final Fantasy 15, you know, just a short while ago.
Right.
But that's, like, it still has similarities, and it's still got, like, things that people see familiarly, like chocobos and stuff like that. Like, something you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Or the gil as the money system. That monkey totally was just, like, dodged it and was like, fuck off!
Not today!
They're called wild ones?
Power Wilds.
Oh, Power Wilds.
And then the girl ones are called Bouncy Wilds.
I don't like the Bouncy Wilds as much. Their design is kind of weird.
I don't like them at all. I fucking hate them.
Their design is so, like, what if there was a girl monkey? You know what I mean? Like, monkeys are already kind of hard to tell most of the time, right?
Well, unless they got their wieners flapping around.
Or their vaginas flapping around. Wait.
No. I don't know.
That monkey needs to see a monkey doctor.
Yeah. Wow, look at those trees. Thanks for the HD remake, guys.
Clayton?
We must help the gorillas!
Gorilla.
Rosie, get off of me!
Lesbian gorilla.
Alright, let's jump down this hole.
Wahoo!
Let's jump down this hole.
Wahoo!
Whoa. Am I doing it?
Wahoo!
Wow, 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 wow. We're playing Mario now.
Oh.
Which one? Mario.
You know the one.
There's never been a video game called Mario ever. We're playing Mario. Just Mario. Thunder!
Can't help you with that. Get up.
He's trying to look under his shorts.
He was.
He's like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, give me that Thunder Arts thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a trophy for collecting all of the elemental arts. Other than that, I don't know what the hell they do. So, there's that.
I'm looking something up.
Clayton, stop it. Clayton, stop it.
You stop shooting people, Clayton.
I'm gonna hang you.
I kind of like my work schedule.
Gonna hang you from the vine.
Clayton.
Why does he look so, like, depressed?
Not Clayton.
Because he's not Clayton.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Now Clayton's screaming. Everybody scream. Yay, I won! Beat the game.
The Heartless are gone forever. This part freaked me out when I was first playing. You just gave me no, like, warning about this.
I honestly, to this day, don't know if Tarzan got shot there or if, like, the big chameleon headbutted him.
I think the chameleon did.
I like to think that he just got shot.
Okay. You know the shadows?
Yes.
There's like a ton of those plushes.
Oh yeah, I know. I see them in like FYEs and Hot Topics and shit.
No Power Wilds though. Probably have to do that.
I've never seen one of those.
I think they'd make a better plush, but that's just me.
I mean, there are so many good Heartless designs, though.
That's true.
It's like Pokemon. They're not going to pacify everybody with that.
Think they're gonna come out with a Mimikyu plush?
Oh yeah.
Mimikyu's getting really popular.
Any Pikachu evolution, people eat that shit
Mimikyu's
up.
not a Pikachu evolution.
Well, still, it's an offshoot of Pikachu.
Yeah. It's a Pokemon who's pretending to be Pikachu for Halloween. That's what I've decided. It's a dark fairy type.
I like the way Clayton died in the movie way better.
Yeah, this is stupid. It was fucking dark in the movie.
Oh, he's gone now.
His character model disappeared between those two shots. Sora's reaction shot was him reacting to the body disappearing, which we don't get to see.
Oh yeah, I got Cure now.
Oh, thank God. Cure is like the best part of this game.
Except for the other part.